Microsoft Teams Rooms licensing. Let's talk about what's coming up in new changes from the 1st of July. So back in was it August, September in 2022, Microsoft announced that they are not going to allow personal devices in personal meeting rooms with personal licenses assigned to it to sign in on this shared device. So what does this mean? Well, it means, for example, here I've got a Dell signed in here on my neat bar. I'm able to walk up, use my calendar, it syncs, it's there in action. I've also got access to make any changes to the team settings because I'm in personal mode. I can then change the wallpaper, enable direct guest join, etc. They are all personal features I was able to do. But also, as a user, I was able to come in, start my meeting, click to join, it's in my calendar. So if it's an internal, external invite, I was able to join that meeting. But also from the central room controller, because I was signed in as a personal user, I could start recording as well because it knows my OneDrive where to save it. And for example, share whiteboard, etc. as well. It knows where to save all this information. However, this is all coming to an end the end of June, this month, on 30th of June. So on the 1st of June, not sure which day that is. Let's have a quick look. That is conveniently a 1st of July is a Saturday. So, by Friday, you must have all your systems updated or users updated with the appropriate licensing. So what can we do? So Microsoft have just released a new FAQ for customers. Back in September, it was announced that no personal licenses will be allowed on shared devices, including Surface Hub. So, is this a shared device? No, it's in an exec office. Is it a shared device in Microsoft's category? Yes, it is. So it must adhere to the new licensing. And then for anyone with a Teams panel outside their room, they would have to use the Teams shared device license now, which is about $8 per month. So Microsoft changed the licensing back in September from standard and premium to basic and pro. Basic was free and pro is $40 per month. And so all software will be updated by the 1st of July. There'll be some more updates coming because if you've got a Teams phone as well, there could be some issues there. So what choice do you have? So you as an administrator could then create this as a Dell Vance room or a Dell Vance MTR or a Dell Vance conference or something. But then you would have to create a forwarding rule for any meeting invites so it hits the mailbox of the shared room mailbox with your basic or pro license, but then also you've got that click to join. However, we do also now have join by meeting ID. So you have that and you could easily walk up and type in join by meeting ID onto the device. However, many execs will not want to do that. The other option is proximity join. So open up your laptop, hit the room, and it will discover your neat bar board, for example, and it will share to that. So that is another option. Again, could be too many clicks. So really you want that click to join experience in the room. So whatever's in your calendar, on your laptop, your Teams client on your phone, etc., your Outlook is also on your NeatPad, for example. So as I mentioned, you can either create that resource account or what Microsoft will support is license stacking. So this document I'll put in the link in the description later where you can go and download and read it. It's obviously telling you which licenses are available you can use. So if you do create a new resource account, you can use any one of the licenses, and if you do have standard available in your pool, you could still purchase them. So ultimately, it will be blocked from logging into their account, so it will fail. And they'll also fail in enrolling into the Pro Portal Management, which they are now supported, especially for Android. And what else can we do? So really the main thing here in this document is that what we want to get to is what we call license stacking. So down here at the very last comment is what can be done with license stacking. So if I want to carry on using my Dell Vance license here on my neat bar, I can license stack. And what this means is I'm able to add a pro standard license to my account within the Office 365 Admin Center. So let's have a look and see how we do this. So what we can do is go into our 365 Admin Center, but again, just one more point on this in terms of license stacking. You can only stack a standard or pro license. You cannot stack a basic license. So standard, pro, or premium, if you've still got some of those in your tenant. There's no mention of basic license. So let's see what we can do. We log into our 365 Admin Center. I go to Adele Vance, who is this user, for example, and then I go to the licensing tab here. And as Adele, I have already got a Office 365 E5, which I was logging in. So what we'll have to do is add a Pro license to Adele's account, for example. That means it is license stacked and she won't be able to use her E5 for a normal workload, but when she does sign into a device, it will pick up the Pro license and sign it in. So that way you don't have to do any exchange transport rules, forwarding messages, etc., or have a separate resource mailbox. You just need to make sure they have the appropriate license assigned to their account as well. So that is what we need to do before July 1. Remember, it is a Saturday, so when your people come in on the Monday, and especially if you're in the US on the 4th, you may be off that day as well. So make sure you get things done this month, get it in place, and also make sure you're on the latest update of firmware. And what do I mean by that? So if we go into Teams Admin Center, and we go to our devices and look up our users, again, we can see there's an issue here. It's using a license. It's been warning you for months on here, so don't say you haven't seen it because it's been here. What we need to do is make sure the device is up to date, and we can go into health and we can make sure it's up to date. And the latest app here is update 1B, engine in 203. That is the early May build, and I'm sure there'll be a new drop very soon as well on there. So make sure that your device is up to date, but also make sure your pad or controller is up to date as well. They are separate installs, so you've got to make sure both are up to date. So that is the tip to do. Make sure your device is up to date. Make sure your license stack. You can't use a basic license on there. That is that update on Microsoft licensing using personal accounts on shared resources. Any questions, let me know, and we'll get the questions answered for you. Thanks very much.